In campaign 2020 news, the Democratic U.S. Senate primary is less than 2 weeks away here in Massachusetts. Recent polls show that incumbent Senator Ed Markey is gaining momentum against his challenger, Congressman Joe Kennedy. But last night, a surprise endorsement for Kennedy came from an unlikely source, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo joins us live from home with more. Audrey?
So this is unexpected to some because House Democrats have enacted a policy that would cut off financial ties with any consultant working against an incumbent in a primary. And while this particular race involves the Senate and not the House, many people view Pelosi's endorsement of challenger Joe Kennedy to be hypocritical. On the last day of the Democratic National Convention, an event meant to draw unity within the party, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi dropped a surprise endorsement for the U.S. Senate primary race in Massachusetts. The Speaker, considered the country's top Democrat, endorsing challenger Joe Kennedy over longtime Senate incumbent Ed Markey. The campaign's responding to Western Mass News Friday. Markey saying in part, quote, "Any candidate would be proud to have her endorsement, and I congratulate Congressman Kennedy on securing her support." Kennedy on earning Pelosi's endorsement saying in part, "She is a force and a change maker, and I'm beyond grateful to have her in my corner."
She has, for the last couple of election cycles, pushed back very, very hard against any primary challengers.
John Back, a history professor at Western New England University, says because of past resistance to primary challengers, Pelosi's endorsement of one has been poorly received by progressives.
It seems to some that it's a hypocritical gesture.
A UMass Amherst WCVB poll from a few weeks ago shows Markey polling at 51% support to Kennedy's 36%, with a margin of error at 7%. But a pollster out of Louisiana, JMC Analytics, shows a closer race with Kennedy behind 3%, within the margin of error of 4.4. Kennedy, who Back describes as a rising star in the Democratic Party and close to Speaker Pelosi, had a larger lead earlier in the race. Now with things tightening and primary day less than 2 weeks away, Back says Pelosi may have strategically planned her support for Kennedy.
For an endorsement to come any later might not do any good.
Again, this primary will be held September 1st, but for those looking to cast their ballot early, this early in-person voting process in Massachusetts begins tomorrow. Reporting live, Audrey Russo for Western Mass News.